Hello, welcome to freedomalcohol.com. This is Sam French. I hope this finds you well. You join me here, week 18 of the live videos, and last week we talked about the Louis Theroux video, and I posted some links on on freedomalcohol.com. I hope you've had a chance to watch them, and yes, it was uncomfortable viewing, and I've spent quite a bit of time reflecting on that, and in particular the topics of relapse and the worries actually that I got from it around people who've been free from alcohol for a very long time and then they relapse. I do think though that the fundamentals of being free from alcohol permanently, if you've got those underlining things in place, then you will be successful, and I can see that in this documentary where the individuals had started drinking again, there was some underlying issues that came out. So whether it was a relationship split or some part of their life which had started to go wrong again. And as I've said over and over again, it is about that behavioural piece for me that keeps the freedom going, and it's about getting your life, I suppose, into a place where you feel happy. And that comes back to my goal of improving the quality of my life and everything that I do, both at home, both for myself and for those around me. So today I want to go back onto some more, in inverted commas, normal topic, and I want to talk about tricky conversations. I want to talk about how you deal with, I suppose, situations that could be confrontational. And the reason I want to do this is that one of my triggers, certainly, and I hear for a lot of other people, is stress and anxiety. It's one of the top things that makes people go back to doing what they did before. And I'm very conscious that in my freedom, that managing that stress and anxiety is a really, really important thing to do to maintain my happiness, but also to keep moving forward with my goal. So what do you do if you have to have a tricky conversation with somebody? And that might be a conversation in your personal life, it could be a conversation that you have to have at work. And you'll find a lot of things online about this, a lot of examples of how to deal with these situations. And I'm just going to give you some of my generic points and tips around how to deal with these situations. So number one, I would say that it is all about sticking where you can possibly to the facts and splitting those facts from your emotions. Whenever you have a conversation that is particularly emotionally charged, it's really, really easy to go off and talk about things that are actually not factual. And that then brings in perception from your point of view and perception from the other person's point of view, and then the whole thing around people reading into things which aren't factually true, both from your perspective and the other person's perspective that you are talking about. So wherever possible, try and stick to the facts, whether this is something to do with a personal relationship or a relationship in work. And I'm sure you can think of examples where you've gone off the facts, you've gone in emotionally, and it just all goes wrong. The second bit for me is about time. It's about taking time to pause and time to listen. So that time and listening is so critical in having these tricky conversations. When things are heated and emotionally charged and you're trying to stick to the facts, the emotion can lead you to cut into other people. It can lead you to talk over others and not allow them to finish saying what it is they want to say. Now, what happens with that as well is that then you're not listening properly and you're not hearing properly and correctly what it is that they are saying. You're hearing something else, and this is possibly driven also by the fact that you're trying to balance those facts from emotions. So even though it's really, really hard, it is about taking more time to listen and giving the person time to have their say. That's point 2. The other thing for me is about staying on topic. And again, it's really hard, I know, but and especially if this is something that you're so annoyed with, frustrated with, you've got to try and be clear about sticking to what it is that you want to talk about and not going off topic. So many times I've seen people go off in a completely different direction to where they started. So be really clear what it is that you are trying to get from this conversation. How are you going to get to the outcome that you want, even if it isn't perfect? So from the outset, be clear about where you want to get to and keep the conversation moving. Try not, once you've had your say on your particular aspect of that conversation, once you've given your facts and given that time to listen, try not to stick on the topic and go round and round and round on it. You'll need to move on, because by sticking on the topic, it drives more emotions for yourself and for that other individual. So keep topics moving. Now, the other thing that you want to try and do is to try and help. Is to try and help the situation. Now, 99.99999% of situations, people do want to help each other. Even if they've fallen out with each other, even if it's not working right now, even if all those different situations, 99.99% of the situation, you both want that situation to be better. So think about how you can help. And I know it's really hard, but try and think about how you can help that other individual to move forward and offer up your support and help in doing that. So you understand that they might not agree with you, you understand that they might have a different perception, and also, most importantly, you understand that what they are telling you and what they are feeling is really true to them. It's so important to do that. And the final point that I suppose I want to raise to try and help is try and stick with the I. Try and stick and talk about you. This is about your opinion. It's about what you've seen. It's not about them. When you're giving your opinion, give your opinion. Don't tell them about your perception of their opinion. That is quite frankly, and can be quite frankly, offensive and putting the barriers up. Stick to what it is that you think, you feel, and try and stick to the facts, and this should help you. Now, in all of these situations, you're not necessarily going to get the outcome that you want, and that is just human nature. And I'm not, unrealistic about this situation. That there are going to be some emotions, and that you are going to feel it. And actually, it can be really healthy to have some adrenaline when you're in those situations, because it makes you go to that situation in the first place. It makes you open up in the first place, and it makes you talk about those issues in the first place. And if you can do all of this, if you can be clear on the facts, clear on the outcome, be specific about what it is you want, keeping the conversation moving, talking about the I and not the you, if you can do all of that, then hopefully this will serve you in moving forward with that conversation. And it might not be perfect, as I say, but it will also help you indirectly in managing your stress and your anxiety. It keeps you away from the emotion, it keeps you to the facts, and it hopefully helps you and your friend, your colleague, or whoever move forward in a less stressful and less anxious way, and therefore helping you to maintain your freedom from alcohol in your life. I hope that's helped you. I hope that served you in some way. Please check back for freedomalcohol.com. This was week 18, and I hope to hear from you all soon at Freedom Alcohol on Twitter. Have a great week.